Hello, everybody. Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision, and we have our weekly coaches show. And normally we give Coach Kaufman a quick breather in between weeks, but it's a big week here for our cross-country team as we're hosting our first home meet of the year down at Six Flags. And, Coach, I know this is an exciting week, and also, it's also a record-setting week for the men's team, being ranked regionally. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we just found out yesterday that our men were ranked 10th in the region. It's the first time in the history of our program, men's or women's, that we've been ranked. It was a bit of a shock to come to us, a bit of a surprise, but it's really nice to have that type of recognition and that type of, support and just prestige coming into this meet.
I think that has a lot to do with how the team, participated in their first, real meets at Principia and then down in Memphis.
Yeah, they ran so well down there. We only got beat by one other Division II team as well, Harding University, who's also ranked 10th in their region. So I'm sure that was a big push to it. We beat 4 or 5 other Division II teams, most of them in our region. So I think that helped bump us up there a little bit. But, we run the races for a reason. We'll find out where we really stack up at the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the guys that have really, done a great job. And I think Kyle Deacon getting back into the swing of things has been like that leader that, coming back after a year off.
Yeah, he redshirted last year, coming back this year. The first meet, he kind of got surprised a little bit, started out a little slow and was playing catch-up the whole race. We won't have that issue at this one, I'm sure of it. And being our home invitational last year, our Anthony Allen won the meet. He's returning. And Kyle was second 2 years ago when he was the top guy on our team. So we'll be having those two, I think, battling it out for the individual title.
And the women's side, too. They only rank the top 10, but I got a feeling that the women are not that far behind.
Yeah, I expect them to be right up there. We just need to get a good race under our belts. Some of our freshmen struggled a little bit in that first race. Our returners did well, and once we get everybody kind of clicking on the same page, and when we get everybody into one meet, too, Kelly Malib did outstanding at Principia, but it's always tough to combine a team at 2 different meets to see where they're at.
Outstanding stuff. And then this week down at Six Flags, talk a little bit about the course, talk a little bit about the setup. And, it's going to be a great day, and some of the teams that are going to be participating. Yeah,
it's going to be the biggest home meet that we've ever hosted. We're going to have 14 women's teams and 12 men's teams. And then we should have a 13th team in there. Our alumni are going to show up and hopefully put 5 guys if they can finish the course out there. But the course is going to be a nice one. I think it's a little bit better than what we've had in previous years, both on campus and at Booter Park. And then getting to go into the park afterwards, that's the real perk to being able to do this race.
And, when you talk about Six Flags, when you look at it, you don't see a lot of hills. It's mainly a flat type deal. What's the setup going to be like? Are we going to see some hills, or is it going to be mainly a flat course for everybody?
It's, for the most part, pretty flat. There's one really steep hill in there, and there's, maybe 1 or 2 kind of small rollers. But for the most part, it's going to be really flat. That steep hill, the women will only have to run up once. The men will run up it twice. It's only on the 3K loop, and we have it set up so we have a kind of a 2K and a 3K loop out there.
And what's maybe 1 or 2 of the teams other than Maryville, if people are coming out, who should they be looking out for in the meet?
Sure. I think it looked like Kristen Garwood was signed up as well from Hannibal LaGrange. So I think as an individual, she's certainly one of the top there. She won the meet 2 years ago. Their team didn't race it last year where Elizabeth won. So I think Elizabeth and Kristen and Emily Malk, I think all of them have a good shot at getting an individual title. As far as the team goes, we only beat Benedictine by a couple of points last year. They're certainly the ones that the girls are looking out for.
Outstanding stuff. And if people want to come on Saturday, first race starts at what time?
First race is at 8:15 and second one is at 9.
And it costs $10, and then, like you said, everybody gets to go into the park afterwards.
Yeah, you get to go into the park. You got to buy a ticket from me. It costs like $25 or $30. You have to email me to get your ticket. I'll have a limited availability at the meet that we're selling there, but otherwise you have to pay full purchase price. If you don't want to go into the park and you just want to come into the meet, you still have to buy a parking pass, but they're giving those on a discount online at the Six Flags St. Louis website. And you go on there, you just type in Saints SAINTS in the promo code box, and it knocks $10 off of that price.
Outstanding. And all that information is on the Maryville University, MaryvilleSaints.com website, so you'll be able to get all that info there. But we're very excited. We're looking forward to a great Saturday. Weather may not be in our favor. They're talking a little bit of rain, but for runners, rain's okay as long as it's not lightning.
Yeah, if we don't have lightning, it's going to go pretty smooth. The rain might even cool things down a little bit, so we might be happy about it as long as it's not too much and doesn't, slush up the course too bad.
Outstanding stuff, Mickey. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, Jim.
Coach Kaufman joins us. You'll be able to follow all the coverage from the meet this coming Saturday on our Twitter feed at Maryville Saints. We'll also talk to Coach next week, get his thoughts on the meet and moving forward with the cross-country teams. For Coach Kaufman, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for joining us here on MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.